Welcome back, Pop Stars, and welcome to the first ever episode of Popstop, where today we'll be looking at the Disney Channel original movie, Zombies, and we are going to decide once and for all if it is a pop
or a stop. And don't you dare question our final decision, because we are the judges here. We have the final say-so. We are judge, jury, and executioner. We are the alphas and the omegas. We are God and we are Satan.
There is no one else. This is it.
This is the final say-so. You can't go any higher.
And who are we?
I'm Benji.
I'm Rizzo. Most of my favorite movies are not movies I liked initially. They are movies I had to watch multiple times, read into, get kind of secondary thoughts, take a step back.
Interesting.
And I can't do that on camera. Benji, can you?
No, we can't do that on camera because guess what? Camera's one view. And you know, a lot of times when you need to really understand a story or any subtle details like that, you have to watch it multiple times.
Yeah, and don't even get me started on the really subtle things that are just 3 hours long and full of really small notices that if you blink for 1 second, oh, God forbid, you didn't get it.
So how many times did you watch this one?
One time.
Same. Okay.
We're doing this in anticipation of the third film, which is coming out, but this one, Zombies, is about racism.
There you go. I think that's the whole plot.
1 minute in, I went, oh no, this isn't about racism, isn't it?
Oh, that's funny. So you didn't know going in.
I had no... Wait,
did
you know?
I watched Disney Channel. Like, I didn't see the movie, but I knew generally it was about the divide between zombies and normies.
For those who have never heard of Zombies before, what are you doing and where were you during the 2010s? Because they were everywhere. And I feel like Disney definitely missed out on the zeitgeist, like releasing this in 2018.
They were like, hey guys, remember when we liked zombies? Well, here's something for you. Don't you like it?
It's like that meme where it's like, what do we want? Faster internet. When do we want it? Now. Faster internet.
Oh my gosh.
So this was directed by Paul Hone, who has directed multiple Disney Channel original movies, including Luck of the Irish, Jump In, and Camp Rock 2, Rock Harder.
Stop. It's not called Rock Harder.
Camp Rock 2, Rock This, bitch. For some reason or another, they finally decided to integrate the schools.
For zombies.
Zombies.
Not for blacks.
No, they're everywhere in that school.
Sort of.
In the background. They're not the main characters.
If we were getting into things, I was going to address that.
He said, I'm going to solve racism.
With football, which, I mean, can we talk about the parallels?
Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
Being good at sports to gain acceptance.
Oh, I thought you were going to say this is basically a worse version of Remember the Titans.
Oh, it's also a worse version of The Blind Side.
First off, I just want to say my initial thoughts.
What are they?
This should have been called Zed Side Story.
All right.
I think it's very clever.
But I feel like there would be a lot more zombie snapping in that. I don't know if they have the dexterity. They're dead.
Are they, though?
See, another thing that I wanted to know. What is the level of dead for these zombies? Because they seem very much alive and
well-adjusted.
They don't have, like, weird raspy voices. They don't walk weird. They're just basically kids who are funnily colored.
Yeah. Whoa.
Well, there you go.
Whoa.
That's enough reason to hate them right there. This was something that obviously came later for me, but I am a Disney musical stan, so it was something that I knew I would watch eventually. But, I wasn't in a rush.
You weren't even in a rush today. I called you this morning and said, hey, have you watched Zombies yet? And you went...
I was chilling. It's my day off. I'm not trying to have to do things.
So for these pop stops, we haven't done this yet. We are going to rate it again, definitively.
There is no debate.
There's no debate. I don't want to hear it in the comments. Don't come for us in the comments. We'll come back.
You can disagree in the comments. You can comment what you would give it, but don't try to change our minds.
But do leave us a like.
And a comment. And subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications.
With these pop stops, we are going to give it a pop or a stop. As in pop, keep on popping, pop, pop.
That was a pop.
Or stop as in...
Fucking stop, bro, please.
Stop it. And we're just going to rate it arbitrarily between our likes and our dislikes. And I have a lot that I liked about this, honestly. I was actually surprised at how much I enjoyed myself. I still had a lot that I didn't like.
Interesting. High praise from a non-musical.
Well, first off, I like the musical aspects of this movie.
Really?
I really did. And the choreography killed it for me. I love this. Nice. They killed it in a good way.
Well, they were all clearly like dancers and trickers. Like, I could see that.
And it was giving Step Up vibes.
Baby Step Up. It was Kids Bop Step Up.
Stop it.
Step Up 6. Step up to the kids' bop.
It was choreographed by Christopher Scott, who choreographed The League of Extraordinary Dancers, which if you haven't caught that on YouTube, those are phenomenal. He did Step Up Revolution. I don't know which Step Up that was.
I think it's 4.
There are about as many Step Ups as there are Fast and Furious movies, right?
Yeah, I think they just keep going.
He also did In the Heights, which I was a huge fan of. I like those kind of
The big sweeping musical numbers.
I like the fact that it felt very like I was watching something in a pep rally where everyone's kind of in unison, but it's just got this like energy.
It's got this oomph to it.
I loved it. Trevor, the guy who played Bucky, he was giving me serious Shia LaBeouf circa Even Stevens era energy.
Yeah, he was fun and also infuriating.
He was really good. Like some of those moves he hit,
yeah.
I was like, shit.
I will say he is definitely not a cheerleader, and that is coming from a cheerleader of one semester.
Really?
His split jumps were not it.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
He's clearly like a dancer and a tricker.
Remember when he jumped through that banner and then hit the same pose as the poster in the back?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
But that banner was like at the ceiling of the gym. How did he jump through that and then come all the way down?
He's got hoops, man.
Oh, I really thought it was sweet when she pulled for her little friend to be on the squad. The nerdy like black girl.
Oh, yeah.
That was like super excited to be on the team. And I was all like, okay, well, hopefully she makes it. But it doesn't seem like that he's going to let her on the team because she doesn't like
No, he's awful.
look like she has like a lot of experience.
But don't worry, he'll change in the end.
Yes, he did change in the end.
That's a star. I mean, he's a Disney star, but he's still a star nonetheless.
What do you mean he's a Disney star?
I mean, he was
but
definitely overacting. I don't know if you
was
can
Disney
apply that to another movie.
No, but it was Disney Channel movie stardom that will lead to something else.
Hopefully. Again, he landed that same pose. I was really impressed with that.
Very impressed.
You know something that was also adorable?
What's that?
The brother's relationship with his little sister.
Oh, that was really
She was really cute.
Yeah.
I do like at the end, though, her reaction. Again, not going to harp on a child actor, but after years of pining for a dog, and then she finally gets a dog, she goes, oh, thanks.
A dog of my own.
Very own puppy. Thanks.
It's like, yeah?
I'm not going to hate on you because you're a kid actor, but...
But let's pretend that it's ice cream. It was super funny, though, after the main girl makes the team and they drop her off in the zombie neighborhood and they're like, yeah, like go egg their houses. And then one of the zombies comes up and they get scared. So the two of them get deserted there. And then Zed sees them, doesn't rat on them. And then she's just like, wow, do zombies get harassed like this all the time? And I was like, y'all didn't do anything yet. Like, y'all didn't even harass them. Y'all are in their neighborhood. That's literally all that's happened so far. It was infuriating because it's like, you know that everyone you live with hates zombies.
Right.
Obviously they're being harassed and kept from all like the good opportunities. And then also, you didn't even harass them yet. You don't even know what harassment is.
Oh
Like,
my God.
what? They were doing that on purpose, obviously, because she grew up very sheltered.
Right.
She hasn't seen a lot of that stuff, but it's still just, there's a certain level of logic that has to be put in there too.
Right. Her 180 was impressive too. She punches Zed in the face and then goes, wow, you're really beautiful.
Oh my God. First of all, he just looks like a cute guy looking at her. Like, he doesn't have like a melting zombie face that you would be like, oh my God. It was just like a guy with eyeliner. So why did she punch him immediately square in the face? And then within what, 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Went like, sorry. I was just trained that zombies are evil, but you're like, have really cute eyes. Like, no.
What?
Apparently they weren't cute enough. I didn't necessarily feel their relationship. I felt like it was very underdeveloped. It came from what, like one conversation in the dark. It was like a kind of a half talk, punch in the face. Now we're in love. I wanted to see a little bit more zombie activism from her before meeting him.
Whoa, Benji, that's too much.
I just wanted to see, like,
Disney
I wanted to
doesn't do
see
that.
that her brain, her mind was open to.
Wait, what? You wanted to see her open mind?
I wanted to see her brain.
Are you a zombie? Was Troy and Gabriella much better? Just the first movie.
No, yeah, but I was thinking that because I was like, maybe I'm being zombie racist. But what happened with Troy and Gabriella, they sang together and then they talked for like a while at
That's
that party.
true.
And then they went their separate ways and they forgot about each other until they ran into each other at school.
That's true. It was a little bit more developed.
And then they progressed from there.
Benji, what did you think about the really queer outfits that they wore for the football games?
I was about to say, I absolutely was obsessed with it. In their school, it's a lot because it's like green and pink, green and pink, green and pink. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I would like have an aneurysm when I walked into that school. There's so much color. But seeing it on a football field, I was like, that's really cool. Like, I love
For real
how bright and like spotted and polka dotted it is.
This movie looked and sounded and was choreographed way better than some of the stuff we got back in our day. This was like High School Musical 3 levels up. Look,
Hold on.
obviously, High School Musical has much
Blasphemy.
better songs.
No,
But in
no.
terms of choreography and production design, it definitely beats those first two movies.
Value? Are you saying it's like theatrical release level?
I would say that the sets that they designed, the costumes, it was pretty damn good.
I don't know. I wouldn't compare it to High School Musical 3 at all. I would compare it to the first two for sure.
It was better than the first two is what I was saying.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I'm not saying it's better than High School Musical.
You literally just said that.
I'm saying visually it's better than High School Musical. At least one. High School Musical 1's rough to look at.
You're rough to look at.
Look, High School Musical 2 fared a lot better. They turned that saturation up way high.
Apparently, Rizzo likes brightly colored things.
I do,
which I would have never thought.
I think it works in the universe that they established.
Zombies in a zombie apocalypse.
Look, hey,
bright pink and green works for the world.
If you're gonna be the slowpoke Pokemon and make your zombie movie in 2018 when nobody cares about that shit anymore,
do something different.
You gotta do something to differentiate yourself.
So guess what? Our zombies, they're gonna look like Joker. White face.
Oh, don't say that.
Black eye.
Shit, that's
green
true.
hair. If I was a zombie and I'm literally just basically a human, why not just paint yourself? Like, why not just put on
you mean like he did for the date?
He didn't. For the date, they literally rigged the technology to turn him human, which is
that was a question.
Another reason why I'm like, excuse me. So we have the technology, we just refuse to use it.
Well, we're not going to use it for the marginalized.
What's happening?
I'm sure they're paying for that. They're definitely paying for those wristbands.
At first, I was kind of like, okay, this is kind of dumb because I would just put on makeup, dye my hair, pretend to be human, and nobody would know the difference because they clearly don't know. But I did like the conversation that they had at the ice cream shop, where they were talking about basically masking and hiding your identity and just being able to be yourself. And I was like, I'll take it, Disney.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Look at us, we're together.
But you're forced to be someone you're not, here and on the football field.
So, you wear a wig to fit in. Why can't I do the same thing with my Z-band? Why is that so bad?
We're changing ourselves. Well, what needs to change is everybody else.
It is absolutely baby's first talk into racism and prejudice and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I was like, it's cute. It's just a little bit light. And I understand that it's a Disney Channel original. But I was just like, I would like to see a little bit more of a Pixar version of this. Where they can really go, this is a kid's movie, but your parent is going to cry and you're not going to understand why until you're older. That's kind of what I wanted. I understand that it's light because it's a kid's movie, but you could have hit it a little bit harder than you did.
Hey, maybe they'll do that for the sequels, but that was one of my notes. This movie needed to go either more in or more out.
It was waffling. It's ebbing just below what I need it to do.
And we're dealing with racism, but at least we're dancing about it.
That's how you solve racism, and we all know that. You solve it with a song. I will say, it's difficult to make this a race comparison because it's like, there was a certain times when she would be hanging out with him in like zombie areas. And I'm like, I understand, you're brave. You're like, oh, I'm not going to listen to what my parents told me. I'm going to go in these areas and I'm going to be with these people because they're just people. But look, if a white person goes into a black area, she's not going to get eaten alive by multiple people if their watches stop working.
Oh my God.
Like, there's a difference. Were you gonna say
I was gonna call the fuck out of that. Zootopia tried this, and this movie tried it. They tried to distill racism down to that was then, but this is now. But the reality is, in real life, pretty much anyone who's a minority, there were stories
was
told about
marginalized
them.
for no reason. Exactly.
Nobody is inherently violent the way that cultures try to oppress them. But in this universe and in the universe of Zootopia, they fucking killed people. And there's history of it.
Exactly. And it's only been 50 years, bro.
Yeah, it's also not propaganda. It's real. It
literally happened.
It happened.
It happened.
We're not talking about hypothetically black people or any marginalized community is more violent when in reality they're not. We're talking about animals.
And then monsters that literally attacked and ate people, and the only reason they're not doing it is because a watch keeps them from doing it.
It's not comparable to racism.
At least in this first movie. I can't speak for the next ones. Maybe they'll learn and they'll get rid of the watches. But that's what I thought was funny was I was like, oh, it's been 50 years. We've calmed down the aggression. We've become people again. We found our humanity. I'm a young guy and I've never even desired to eat someone. You know, like, oh, but everybody thinks I'm just because I'm a zombie.
Just because
But he's like, no. This watch keeps me from murdering people. And if it turns off,
oh my God,
watch your ass.
Can we talk about too how easily damageable those watches were?
How easily she hacked them? Because they seemed...
Well, everyone seems to be a hacker in this goddamn universe.
That being the only only thing that's keeping them from being monsters made me slightly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I was wondering just like, and they seem to be very human-esque.
Right.
With the help of that watch. And I'm just kind of like, okay, so like, why can we not solve this then? At what point do we have very calm zombies that we can experiment on and figure out how to get their hearts going
And
again?
what's even the definition of a zombie?
That's what I want to know, because they seem to be human in every single way. I'm just assuming they don't have a heartbeat. For all I know, their heart is beating.
Yeah, that's probably propaganda.
Yeah, that's propaganda.
They've adjusted into our society. They've calmed down. They're nicer now. They've earned their way. They're the exceptional zombie. Again, not comparable to real life racism.
Nope.
Because as we are finding out, people didn't need to become better. They needed to live in a less shitty environment.
Exactly, where people would actually accept them.
On top of the racism thing, of course Zed raps. Of course he's a rapper.
I know, obviously he's Jewish, but like everybody else was rapping too. And I was like, everybody's white and we're all hella rapping in this and hip hop dancing, and it's a lot. And the black kids are like in the back.
You know what my least favorite part of this movie was?
What?
The music video ending with the freaking Kendall Jenner gives a Pepsi to the bad guys moment.
Oh, Rizzo.
Was that your favorite part?
Yeah.
Get out of what?
My favorite
the
part-
We Are the World music video,
Absolutely.
where she solves racism with her memories.
Memories,
Her
wait, what
flashbacks.
memories?
Well, she
oh,
stood-
no, I hated that. You know, I love a good, strong females. I'm gonna do the damn thing song.
Yeah,
you know?
do the damn thing
Like-
song. I like those too.
Yes, it just didn't hit for me like it needed to, but it was only first viewing, so maybe it'll be better in the future. I also don't know what her logic was. I don't know what she was expecting to solve by taking her wig off and making everybody hate her. Which, first off, in the first scene, I was like, why is she wearing that terrible wig? But then she like pulled out her little white hair because she's not perfect, and I was like, damn, if you wait 4 years, that's gonna be really in style.
I
babe.
really cannot. That Disney was like, we're gonna solve racism with this movie. Also, the worst depression we can think of for this main girl is that she's even whiter than she could possibly. She took it off, and I was like, she's a freak. Kill her. Too much white hair.
That was a bad vinyl wig.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was excited because I was like, I love a good white hair on a woman.
Oh, I loved silver hair. Kim is killing it right now, but that wig was not it.
Yo, she ripped that off. I went,
No, please!
Toss her on the other side with the zombies.
I honestly thought they were going to banish their whole family to the zombie side.
That would have been
be,
amazing.
you know,
she should have given them a Pepsi.
Yeah,
solved everything.
Clearly.
Again, another thing that the Kardashians are doing better. They got the white hair better,
and they know how to solve racism. They do
much
it
faster
do
too,
it quicker and cheaper. A Pepsi is like what, $1?
Oh hell yeah!
There you go.
$1?
I was a little bit confused because it seemed like her cousin that was waffling a little bit. When the zombies went crazy, Zed did show a little bit of self-control without his watch.
I noticed that.
So that was
I'm
good. Sure will be something developed in the next one.
Again,
probably
not fully comparable to racism.
not fully comparable, but let's get there.
Of course, her dad was also a zombie police officer.
So that helped with our little forbidden love.
Yeah, it's all for
triangle.
High School Musical, West Side Story, all these musicals
I know,
are.
it was giving a lot of High School Musical in the cafeteria when they didn't want them sitting together and like all of this stuff. What I did love, I loved the ending of it. I loved their group cheer. And I kept saying it in my head. I was like, are we going to solve this with cheer? Are we all just going to run out there on the mat and come up with our own cheer? But I loved the way they went into it. His cheer team basically sucked because everybody left. He kicked everybody off. And then the little girl, the little zombie girl
Great way to pay that off.
And she started cheering and I was like, oh God.
Oh, she was fantastic.
It was great.
Yes, it was.
I did love that shit.
Again, though, I didn't hate that scene, but I was like, oh, so everyone's a cheerleader now? We're all just cheerleaders?
Well, they're all like...
Zed wasn't a cheerleader.
No, he wasn't a cheerleader.
But he got in there and he did some dancing cheers. In the universe, Zed wasn't a cheerleader.
Yeah, but at that party scene, that was a party. So they
that is
all
true, that
were
is true.
performing
That
and
scene
they
was
were all
dope, too.
dancing.
That's right.
That was dope. I loved when Lil Sis went and grabbed Cuzzo and brought him in and we all solved racism with a dance. And you know what, guys? If humanity wasn't so fucking toxic, we probably could have solved racism with a dance.
Absolutely could have. And on that note, let's decide how we think about this. Benji, first off, this movie has a 53 audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. And you know what it has score-wise for critics?
What's that?
Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah, the critics were like, what?
It does not exist. There was a sequel released in 2019, and our third movie is coming out either this week or this month, depending on when we release this. Benji, once and for all, is this a pop or is this a stop?
There's so much pressure because it's like the first one.
It's the first one.
So this sets the precedent.
It does.
And that being said,
Yeah?
I have to say,
Oh my God, what are you going to say?
It was a stop for me until they did The Last Dance. And I said, y'all better solve that racism.
Wow.
Y'all better cheer. And then when her friend, she was like, I just want to fly. I just want to be a flyer.
Yeah.
They threw her up and she had to be a flyer. I was like, bitch, you better get it.
They got you.
It was a pop.
It was close.
It came back. I was like, all right, okay. It's a Disney Channel original musical. It did what it needed to do.
It absolutely, it was a pop for me. A choreography, really good.
it was
Solid.
Solid choreography.
I think that was pretty good for a Disney film.
Solid final number.
I mean, it was better than High School Musical 3's choreography.
No. I literally, because you said that, almost made it a stop.
No.
Just to contest you.
I'm glad you didn't.
It's pop.
It's a pop?
It's pop.
That's a double pop or a pop pop?
Gun to my head. It's a pop pop.
Pop pop.
Pop pop.
What do you think? Is it a pop or a stop? Do you think we got it right? Do you think we got it wrong? Do you think we're incredibly stupid? Again, you're wrong.
Share your thoughts. Don't come for us for ours.
Ooh.
We don't have to be wrong or right.
Yeah.
You can disagree and you give your opinion.
And that's why I want to give it a pop, because ultimately I'd watch this again.
I would love to watch this around Halloween. Like, this would be a fun thing to watch along with like the Halloween towns.
That would be great. Let us know in the comments. Tell us what you think about the format.
We decided we're going to do these for things that might not necessarily be something we're reacting to.
Right.
We know y'all love musicals, but I haven't even seen this, so neither of us are really going to be singing along.
No.
Might not be the greatest thing. And this, you don't have to watch us talk over your favorite parts. We'll talk about your favorite parts. We
And shit on them.
I was about to say, we might not say nice things about them, but at least, we saw it.
At least we saw it. My God. With that, I'm Rizzo.
I'm Benji.
Sweet dreams, pop stars.
Keep watching.
Oh my God, I'm sweating so much.
You are.
Ah! Ow, don't look at me, pop stars.
I thought a lot of things were going to happen in this that didn't, but it was very straightforward. They fell in love and then they did their thing and the movie was over. Is that your review for everything? Everything is going to have that review.